So we want to resolve the plane's velocity in the x and y component. So again, using basic trigonometry, we know that if this is 40 and this is 15 degrees. Now, if you observe closely, so let me say that if this is the velocity, yeah. Now this velocity component can be resolved into this as the x component and this approximately this as a y component. Chris, is it making sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So now if I have a triangle whose hypotenuse is 40 meter, 40 units. Let us simplify and say that the hypotenuse is 40. So this component, let me call this ABC. So BC would be equal to 40 sine 15 and AB would be equal to 40 cos 15. Chris, is it fine?
Yes.
Because BC upon AC I know is sine 15 and AB upon AC is cos 15. So did you calculate this? What is the answer for this?
Yes, sir. First, cos 15 is 38.637.
Okay.
Sin 15 is 10.3.
No, have you calculated this? The whole answer is 10.3 or is it
No,
only sine 15?
so no, sir. 40 sin 15 is 10.352.
So 40 into sine 15, yeah, is 10.35 and this one is 38.63. So my AB is 38.63 and this is 10.35. And in terms of the vectors, the x component of the velocity, this would be 38.63 meter per second, and the y component of the velocity would be equal to 10.35 meter per second. Chris, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to tell you, and this is what we were discussing in the previous example also, the Superman example also, that you know what we are discussing net is that given given any vector, so this can be a velocity vector, this can be a force vector, this can be a momentum vector, this can be a displacement vector, any vector. Now each
Yes, sir.
vector, any vector that you give me, now I can resolve that vector in the x and y axis. I can resolve the vector in the x and y
Yes.
components like this. And what I understand now is that this x component of the vector would be equal to the magnitude of the vector multiplied by cos theta, and the y, let me write this. This notion implies the magnitude. Have you understood? So when I
Yes.
write like this implies magnitude of force. Have you understood, Chris?
Yes, sir.
So the x component of the force would be the magnitude of force into cos theta, and the y component of the force would be equal to the component, the force magnitude of the force into sine theta. Is it making sense?
Yes.
Can you note this down, Chris?
Yes, sir.
And again, what I'm trying to tell you is that this F can be any vector. This can any vector in physics. It can be force, it can be velocity, it can be momentum, it can be displacement, it can be angular momentum. it can be angular velocity. So all these vectors that you will be meeting in physics, now they can be, any of the vectors can be resolved. And another thing that I just wanted to add is that if you take physics in class 11th, then what you'll understand is that a vector can be resolved into its three components in space also. Space implies the xyz axis. Right now we are just resolving the vector in xy plane, but we can resolve it in the z plane also. Have you understood what I've said?
Yes, sir.
Have you noted this?
Yes, sir. Noting.
Okay, great. So, okay, try to do this.
Yes, sir.
Try to do this.
Yes.